And we are live. What's going on, art enthusiasts and change makers? This is another episode of Art for Change podcast. Today is Soul Food Sunday, and I am your host, Mr. Sexual, and my co-host in the building.
You already know it's your boy BU because that's all you gotta do is be you. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And my boy Montana Cobain down there. What's up, Blair?
What's going on? What's going on? Getting this gas real quick before a nigga run out.
Yes, sir. Make sure you put that petrol in there. We don't need you on the side of the road, Montana.
It's still gonna finish the podcast.
Yeah. So, how y'all gentlemen doing, man? How was your fellas weekend, man? August 17th.
It was a good weekend. We got a new coworker that he worked with me in Orlando. He flew out yesterday. Yeah, he flew out yesterday. We went out and everything. Showed him the strip. Showed him Fremont and everything. Showed him how hot it get and how cold it don't get. So, but yeah, we was hanging out. Showed him a little bit of. He was ready to go though. It's a lot of walking. He was ready to go.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
It's a lot of walking.
Motherfucker. Gas all on my hand and shit.
Hey, don't light no cigarette.
You know I am.
Be careful with
Mr.
that.
Pyro.
How was your weekend, mister?
Oh, my weekend was good, man. It's pretty chilled. I had to work Saturday, but I was relaxing today. Got my hair done. You know what I mean? Shouts out to my stylist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You found a stylist there already, or your lady did it?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah,
My bad.
never mind.
But nevertheless, gentlemen, what are y'all takes on today's Soul for Sundays, man? So we're gonna kick it off with a few questions for the gentlemen. Man, what's y'all take on superstitions?
Shit. Some of them, I believe them. Some of them, shit. Especially that black don't crack. And then once you go black, you never go back. Because every white man and every white woman I know, when they went black, they ain't never took their ass back. I'll tell you that right now. So, I believe them. I ain't gonna say all of them, but I believe them. Like, you know, that whole step on the crack, break your mama back. Like, I don't believe that shit. You know.
What about like you split the pole or walk up the ladder?
Yeah. Yep. I believe those. I believe you can get some bad luck, boy. Some bad hoodoo.
So splitting the poles, cracking the back, all these are like common superstitions.
Yeah, like a black cat walking across the street in front of you, like that's common, like bad luck. But superstition isn't always like bad luck, though.
Yeah, true.
You muted, mister. But yeah, it's not always bad luck. So it can be good superstition. It's like it can be like related to karma, actually. Like there's good karma, bad karma.
I respect that. Is karma a form of superstition, you think?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think that.
True.
I done caught some karma.
How do we think that superstitions vary across cultures? Across different cultures. Shout out to the Dodgers.
I think they're more prevalent in the African American culture. We tend to believe everything.
Talk about it. So
hey, that's real.
So is voodoo a type of suspicion? Talk to me.
I think voodoo, yes.
We view that as superstition. All right, here go one that I heard about this superstition today.
Who
What
believe in or what you believe in?
what about sweeping your feet or sweeping a woman's feet and she not being
And they
married
won't
or
get
something like
married.
that?
Yeah, she won't get married. I heard that a lot. Like I used to do that to my lady, and I would just be sleeping, and I touch her foot with a broom. See, we never fucking get married. And she's still hold that shit on my head. Oh shit! Let me sweep it some
You
more.
you got to spit on the broom or something like that, right?
If they got a blow on it, right, or something like that. Is it spit on the broom? Shit, I think
Yeah,
you
you
got
put
a
a
blow
spit
on
on
the
the
broom.
broom or something like that.
I ain't know. I ain't never know.
From what I
I ain't know the solve it. I didn't know you knew you could solve it.
I thought you had I thought you had to blow on the broom or throw some salt over your head, over your shoulder, something like that. But I can see this. That's why. Hey, look, different form of superstition. There we go, right there.
That is true. That is kind of crazy, actually.
Have y'all ever experienced a time where superstition appeared to come true? Like, have you ever seen a time where splitting the pole, and something happened to the other person who split the pole, or some crazy shit like that? Like this, like the scary movie scene. Have we ever seen any of that in real life?
I don't know, but I do think like when we do superstitious shit, the next thing that happens to us, we blame it on, oh, that's because I did that. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, oh, I just split this pole. This is why this just happened to me. Or
breaking a mirror, 7 years bad luck, stuff like that.
I probably still got some bad luck because I broke a couple mirrors. So I don't know when my time running out, but yeah, I got some years. If that's true. I hope it ain't, but I think with stupid superstitions, most of it is like we blame what happened to us on what we did automatically, and we think, oh, I did that. That's why this happened. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Why do y'all think that we drawn to certain type of superstitions? Or you think women are drawn to superstition? Because I think like even the catching the flower at the wedding, that's like if you catch that, you're gonna get married next, right? Isn't that a form of superstition?
Yeah. I mean that gives hope.
Right, but I mean, so like, go ahead, Martin.
No, I'm about to say a lot of people, a lot of us, we just look forward to something to believe in, really.
Yeah.
It's just like as a kid with the Santa Claus and all that stuff, like just something to believe in.
So it's a form of comfort.
Basically, yeah, because not all karma is bad.
So it's something to believe in and something to blame something on as well. Like this happened because, like I said, I did this. So you blame it on something else instead of your natural decision what caused that thing.
Yeah.
Facts.
What about you, mister?
I'm not a very superstitious person. I don't believe in superstition, but I do believe that we reap what we sow.
So you believe in karma?
If you call it karma, I wouldn't call it karma, but if that's what you want to call it.
What's your definition of karma?
So basically, you saying like if you put out bad energy, you will receive bad energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I feel like you're gonna reap what you sow. Whatever you put out in the atmosphere, that is going to come back to you. If you dish out positivity, I believe that positivity will find you. I feel like if you dish out negativity, I feel like negativity will find you. You hear the phrase, live by the sword, die by the sword.
Yeah. So karma, what's your definition of karma? Karma is pretty much what goes around comes around.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, right. That's what everyone else. I just don't call that karma, even though karma is basically the world's definition of it.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. I get what you're
Right.
saying.
Right. I mean, it's saying the same thing. I just don't call reaping what you sow karma, even though that is exactly how we phrase karma.
Yeah.
Some people call it karma. I say, hey, you reap what you sow.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I be picking and choosing too. So I be like, hey man, this happened because it give me something to blame something on. Like I said, like all right, this happened because I did this shit later, like a couple weeks ago, and now it happened to me, like or such and such. But sometimes I don't be believing it. I don't know. I be straddling the fence. I ain't gonna lie to you because I don't know. But we never know. We never know.
That's true. That's true that we never know. I agree with that.
And it sucks that we don't know until they say we're dead. But how we know that? Who died and came back to tell us? Oh, it's real. Like
exactly. So
it's kind of hard.
Go ahead.
It's kind of hard, but like Montana said, give us something to look forward to or believe in, or like I said, to blame what happened on something. Yeah.
I agree with that. Now, where do we think these superstitions come from? Do we think the media has a play in superstitions? Do we think movies have a play in superstition? Because you got the movie, like I just spoke on earlier, on the movie, scary movie or whatever, like the little parody movie where they split the pole and someone got hit by a bus or whatever, like.
Or Final Destination, yeah.
Final Destination.
Final Destination got me not following truckers like Montana on the highway because I'm not driving behind truckers. Because Final Destination got me doing that. So it does have an effect on you. Yeah, I'm not driving next to an 18-wheeler or behind an 18-wheeler that got logs on it. This shit might come to my windshield because I see it on Final Destination. So it gets you thinking.
Following distance, you'll be okay. You'll have enough time to avoid. You'll have enough time. If you're not riding nobody's ass, you'll be all right.
Hey, but them shits bounce too.
Yeah,
that's true. But see, like I spoke on in that conversation, that motherfucking truck got to be going fast as shit for them laws just to fly off the bat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta think, like you gotta really put in the factors of the laws of gravity. And, and now if it's poorly secured now, or he take a curve too sharp, yeah, that shit can roll over. It'll roll his ass over too. You know what I mean? But as far as like objects falling off the back, now see here's what I'm gonna get you. Don't be afraid of the motherfucker with the damn trees on the back. You need to be afraid of the motherfuckers with the cut lumber on the back. See now cut lumber, if a motherfucker don't elevate the lumber at an angle, them shits will walk out. You see the big bundles of like lumber, long 2x4, whatever they call it.
Yeah, 2x4s, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they're not angled upwards, they'll start walking out that bundle because these damn lumber companies, they you know what I'm saying? They try to go fast and just strap this one down, strap that one down, get out of here. You know what I mean? So. And so, like, I had it one time, I had a dump truck come over to see me. He said, hey, skating and drinking, going northbound. I said, come on. He said, man, that wood walking out on you. I said, for real? He said, yeah. Man, I pull up on the side of the highway, man. I had fucking lumber sticking 6 to 8 feet off the damn trailer, literally about to start falling off into traffic.
Yeah, what's the max? Is it 4 feet the max you can hang off the back?
Well, it depends on the size of your trailer, and it depends on the state that you're in. But
okay.
Usually, like for an oversized load, it's 4 foot off the back, 3 feet off the front. That's 60 feet. That's 60 feet long on a 50-foot trailer, a 53-foot trailer.
Okay.
But, you know what I'm saying? But I've hauled pieces 70 feet long. You see people hauling pieces 80 feet long. You know what I'm saying? But those come with special permits and stuff like that. If you have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to put on all your banners, your lights, and all that extra shit to make y'all be aware. And motherfuckers still running to the back. So it's like, is it the truckers or is it y'all, pedestrians? Because, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, But then, we do have dumbass truckers, man. My condolences to that family that just lost their lives down there in Florida. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak on that real quick. Um,
Yeah.
that was a dumbass move that trucker made. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there.
What
Like
happened?
okay, you know how you ride down the highway and you see the sign that says official use only. You see a little small ass median for a U-turn, usually where the cops be sitting at. So this dumbass
Mm-hmm.
decided to go from the right hand lane, turn across the left hand lane, and go through that median to bust a U-turn and go back the other way down the highway instead of waiting, I don't know how many minutes to go on the next exit and turn back around. Which ended up causing a family of 3 in a minivan to run dead into the middle of his trailer. Killed them on
Oh,
impact.
because he cut him off?
Well, they was just coming up the road, and I guessing you know what I'm saying. I don't know what she was doing or he was doing. You know what I'm saying. I don't know whether they was in their phone or whatever, but basically they ain't had no time to stop because he was in the right hand lane. So think about a 4-lane highway with a median in the middle. He's in the right hand lane, and he started making that turn. So once his tractor was on the other, southbound or whatever way it was going, once his tractor was over there, he still had all this trailer over here blocking up both of the lanes that he was just still going. So she's coming up
Yeah.
in that hammer lane, and she probably, oh shit, hitting the brake, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at the video, she was coming in hot. So
So they ran into it pretty much head first, like, because
yeah,
it cut him off at the
yeah,
fucking the roof of the car.
like it's like doing a limbo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but enough of that.
Fuck.
Yeah, but he's been
What was the outcome of, like, did they take him to jail or like
yes,
what
he's been
happened?
charged with 3 counts of vehicular manslaughter,
Mm.
and he's an undocumented citizen.
Oh shit.
Now that goes
That's
back
even
to what I was
worse.
telling you. That goes back to what I was telling you about how they be having 3 and 4 motherfuckers in the truck trying to get extra money.
Mister, you on mute. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? Yeah.
So this is
Undocumented.
another car accident with an undocumented driver.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. You know what I'm saying?
So speaking of undocumented drivers, what are y'all opinions on ICE, on FBI, on the National Guard being deployed alongside the police in DC to patrol the city to reduce crime when crime in that city is at a 30% low in the last several years, and it has been on a decrease.
Let me speak on this real quick. Cause I gotta run this house real quick. My opinion on it, I don't think they should have involved ICE and the National Guard and all that stuff. That's just Trump and his whole little war on, you know what I'm saying, his whole little war he got on immigrants. Let me just say that. I ain't gonna say a specific nationality, but that's him and his whole little war on immigrants. But technically speaking, the whole area of DC is federal property. No matter where you at. There's no city police, there's no sheriffs. It's all federal. You get locked up for doing anything wrong in DC, you're going to federal prison. You're going to go see a federal judge. So I can see how he implemented the manpower of the National Guard, and it's not, considered martial law or anything like that. But if you ask me, honestly, man, that man, he really like, he's one of them people that you put in charge. Now he's showing his power. We gave him a second term, and now he's really pressing all them buttons. Well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and that's
He's actually showing that he can do what the fuck he wants. That's what he's doing, actually.
Bro, did you see what he did when he was beside Mr. Vladimir? Did you see that flyover?
Hey, he don't care.
That
He's
was a
like,
B-2 bomber flying over that man's head, bro.
He don't care, bro.
If that wasn't a stroke of power or a sign of power right there, I don't know what it is then. But yeah, he
Yeah.
don't. He really don't.
You
I
talk
don't.
you talk about Zelensky or Putin?
Vladimir Putin. Yeah.
Speaking on that, they just had the summit on the 15th. It took place in a joint base in Elmendorf, Richard, and Artridge, Alaska. It ended without any announced agreement, sparking discussions regarding the future of the U.S. and Russia relations and the ongoing geopolitical tension. Now, Trump is scheduled to meet with Vladimir Zelensky and key European leaders, including the Italian Prime Minister, the French President. All are supposed to be meeting in D.C. tomorrow to discuss and aiming on the demonstration of Western support for the Ukraine aid in the ongoing conflict with Russia. So he spoke to Vladimir Putin, didn't come up with any type of consensus that was announced publicly. Now
That we know. Yeah.
that was announced publicly, right? Now he is going to go talk to Zelensky and other European leaders that is a part of NATO to discuss how the Western support is going to move forward with either aiding or helping to end this war, 3-year war. And let's just go ahead and make note that Russia is still bombing Ukraine right now after the meeting with Vladimir and Trump.
That comes with what Marshall said last time. Why everybody couldn't meet together and get to the bottom of this easier? Because you got to meet with different people, which is going to prolong the whole situation, which is probably what Trump wants. But why not everybody meet together? Like, I mean, they done FaceTime each other before. They could have did that. They could have hopped on Teams, anything like that. Why not have a whole group discussion? And why be so well, I know you got to be to a certain level of discreet, but like you said, we don't know what came out of that meeting. They tell us everything, but they don't tell us certain shit. You get what I'm saying? So,
right, they
but
tell you everything,
I don't
but
know.
they don't tell you nothing.
Yeah, at the same time, yeah.
Absolutely.
Which comes with superstition, because they make us believe something, and it's not fucking true, or not believe something that is true.
Or not believe something that is true. Is there any type of superstition that you grew up believing that you still believe to this day?
That, I mean, do good by others and good will come to you. To me, I know that's karma, but to me, that's a superstition.
Right.
That's like people rubbing the wood at the, what is it, the Apollo?
At the Apollo. Yes, sir.
Yeah, like that's a superstition.
What about wishing upon a star or wishing at 11:11?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I might look at the sky tonight. Fuck it. I need some good luck. I'm looking at the sky tonight. Hey, it's a lot of stars out here. I'm looking at the sky like, fuck it. That's it. What is wish upon a star? Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are fool. Yeah, but let's wish upon a star then. Shit, fuck it. Why not?
Hey, what's the least that can happen? Nothing.
What's the least that can happen? I'm gonna put my faith in God, but some people gonna wish behind a star. So it's
like that comes with like thinking of like some people have superstitions with the lottery and they got lucky numbers and it fucking helps. I'm in Vegas. Some people have superstitions with certain numbers. I seen that like already. I only been here 2-3 weeks. I seen it already. People have certain numbers, 13 on black, and they pick it every time and they be hitting.
They be hitting. I mean, I do.
Crazy.
I don't gamble, but I've heard like gambling superstitions. I heard certain people tell you, like, as soon as somebody get off a slot machine, you're supposed to go play behind them if they've been on it for a while, and you'll hit stuff like that.
Or if they buy a lottery scratch off, buy the same one behind them in line.
By the same one in line. I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I heard if you play the same numbers consistently for like however many years, eventually you'll hit or some shit like that. I done heard some things.
But to me, that's just time. Time eventually is gonna hit that number. That's for that one. That just one. You just the last one you said. That's eventually, obviously, it has to hit that number. That's time.
Right.
But yeah, it's like I'm in a superstitious state. Like I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's very superstitious out here. Like there's no way to cross the road. Like the roads, you gotta go over a bridge to cross. Like weird stuff like that. Yeah, it's
touching back on this National Guard issue. How do you feel about military being in civilized civilian area?
I feel like if there's no
on the
immediate,
homeland,
like, yeah, if there's no immediate like threat, like fucking what is it? Threat from like overseas or like what do they call it? Like whatever, no immediate big ass threat. Leave it up to the state. Like yeah. But so I also feel like it's because it's DC and the White House is there, and what you said, numbers dropped, right?
Yes, numbers have dropped. You got locals that say that the residents feel like the presence of the military can exaggerate tensions rather than alleviate them, especially in communities that have historically experienced over policing.
Yeah, so numbers dropped. Hey, hold on. You didn't have guys over there with numbers so high, but now they're dropping. You're sending National Guard out there.
All right, let's just talk about the arrest. So statistics on the arrest. It says since the National Guard deployment, which the National Guard has only been deployed since August 11th. So since August 11th, there's been over 100 arrests, over 100 that has taken place. In fact, 66 arrests occurred just the first night, indicating a rapid escalation of the situation that may have been influenced by the heightened military presence. These numbers are not just statistics. They represent real-life effect by the law enforcement response. The community must grapple with the implication of these arrests on public perception, on safety, and the overall atmosphere on the fear and insecurity that arise from such crackdowns. What's your perspective on that?
So the perspective of arrest, especially with 60 or more the first day, I feel like Trump sent them on a mission to try to prove a point.
So you think to prove a point? So with your own people, do you think these are they searching for like top flight criminals, or they feel like they're just doing petty crime and harassing people and turning anything into a crime?
Yeah, I think it's petty arrest. It's like, I take them in for anything. It's if any maybe an argument, anything like that, or like minor refusing, or talking back to them. I think it's I think they're alleviating every situation, and they're showing low tolerance versus regular tolerance, like the state would do. They show regular tolerance, they meet you in the middle, regular tolerance. I think they're showing low tolerance at that point, and because they're, like I said, he's trying to prove a point. And it's and it's also DC.
It's also DC. Yes. So I've took some notes on some of the charges that's been taken. So reportedly, these are some of the charges that's related to some of the arrests. So some of the arrests includes some serious charges, aggravated assault, drug trafficking. While some of the charges are understandably raises concern about community safety, it is essential to discuss the underlying issues that contribute to such crimes, such as poverty and the lack of access to resources. The community perception on safety can heavily impact overall well-being, and it's critical to find a balance between addressing crime and ensuring fair treatment for all of the residents. See, I would love to know the demographic of the people that's being arrested. It says notably among 45% arrested the third night, 29 were classified as undocumented. It says the statistic raises significant concern about the immigration status treated as law enforcement practice. It says many undocumented individuals may always remember to feel very vulnerable and fearful in engaging with police. It says these arrests can also isolate them from community support. The situation underscores the need for a nuisance understanding of immigration issues between the context of policing and community relations. So what are your feelings on how they're basically doing the immigration and making it more of a criminal thing and allowing them to be taken away from certain access to help them gain their citizenship and legalization?
I think it's a scare tactic. Also, most of those people who are arrested, they don't ask for their papers or anything. If you show them your papers, I seen something about it earlier. They still detain you, and then at that time, like they're gonna release you back to the U.S. once they put you through the system, and but they got your fingerprints, they got all that. That's a way to keep documentation on you, even though you got all your paperwork right, all that's right. They still send you through the system. You go to jail, you get your fingerprint, whatever. And then on top of that, you got a family out there and you lose your job because you're gone for 4 or 5 days after they go through the system and you go to court and they dismiss your charges. Now you're fucked. And then you got to start all over again, which fucks your family up. They already got it hard from coming from where they're coming from. And then coming here, they already got it hard. And then now you're making them start over when they already showed you the proper documentation anyway. So it's really a fucked up situation, actually, to be honest. And, it's like I said, it's like, to me, it's like power. It's like swinging my shit around, I could do this, I could do that, I could do all this, and it shouldn't be like that, I agree with Trump with some stuff. Not this, but I agree with him with some stuff, but
this isn't one right.
Yeah, so it's like I agree, he's a businessman, he's not a politician. So
I agree with that. He's not a politician, he's definitely a businessman.
Yeah.
And according to a report earlier on Fox News, it says the community reaction to National Guard presence and the subsequent arrests are mixed. So it says some view it as necessary measures of safety, while others see it as an infringement on civil liberties and the escalation of the tensions. Concern about racial profiling is prevalent, of course, particularly in communities of color, where the residents feel targeted. This duality of the opinions reflect on the broader national conversations about policing, about race, and about community trust. Of course, now you see the raise and increase. We talked about the demographic. Now we see them policing more in urban communities. What is your take on that? As far as, is that too forceful? Is that necessary? What is your take?
I ain't even gonna lie. I agree with more policing in our communities.
So they're not policing; these are military police. This is military organization. This is ISIS members, FBI, and National Guard. So you want to see the National Guards patrolling the streets of Miami, patrolling the streets of Orlando?
All right, sorry, no. If it was needed, I don't see that it's needed there at this moment. If it was needed, yes, I would agree. I don't agree. I would agree with it, but I don't agree now. I don't agree what's happening now.
It says crime right now has been decreasing and is at a 30-year low. 30-year low.
Is that before or after the National Guard?
Before.
Yeah, so what happened that made them send them there?
I don't know, but they got people protesting now, calling the National Guard fascist. A guy has been arrested for calling the guy fascist. He threw I think he said he threw a food at a National Guard officer, and now has been charged as a felon for assault the officer by throwing some food at him.
That's another thing I hate. They throw around these charges that don't have to be so heavy, or like I threw a food item at you. Like that's a felony. Like, come on now, bro. Like, that shit decomposes. Like, anyway, like, it's like me getting in trouble for littering. Like, come on now. Throwing food out the window. That decomposes. But, yeah, I don't agree with it unless it's needed. And at this point, I don't see why it's needed, especially you saying, like, it's been decreasing. It's decreasing, but then they're sending people there. So, I just don't agree with it at all.
No, sir, I don't agree with it. I feel like that is just on the tip of the iceberg for martial law. I think doing it on the federal community is just an excuse. I feel like if the heightened presence of security is because you're scared or because there is a threat on your behalf, you don't want to tell the American people, I'm fine with that. But the way that it looks like you're attacking and going into communities of the American people, hoping to find crime. Like, what is the term of policing? See, people don't even know the history of policing. The reason why policing was even created was to round up slaves. So my question is, what is the role of a police officer? What is the role of a National Guard when he is taking a role as an officer to come into my neighborhood? Are you coming to my neighborhood to really try to care and make sure that no crime is happening, or are you trying to antagonize and profile and basically create criminals and create problems where therefore it wasn't, and make something look like something that it wasn't?
Yeah. Also, that's a punch to the law enforcement face in DC, because it's making them look like they can't do their job. That's a punch to their face.
Now, what happens when this happens in your backyard? Are you going to feel do you going to feel that, Trump is just being Trump and he's just showing us how he deflects with his power? Are we going to be so chill about it when it's your neighbors in your neighborhood?
I'm not the one to protest or nothing, but I will speak up for like shit I believe in, and especially if it's in my front yard. Like, man, I can't. You know me, I can't help but say shit anyway. So if it's in my front yard, but which kind of sucks. That's kind of like asshole shit to say. Actually, now that I think about it, because I'm not fighting for the people and fuck your DC. But if they was in my front yard, bitch, hey, you gotta get the fuck out of here. Leave me the fuck alone. But I'm not fighting for them. But they got their own people to fight for them right now. But that sucks to say. Like, me saying that is an asshole thing to say. Actually, like I said, I'm thinking about it as I say it. But like, how much can I do from here? Like, I still got a life to live. I still got to work. I don't have the time to. So it's like it's a hard situation for all parties. And I mean, it's easier for Trump. He just send whoever and do what the hell he wants. But let me ask you: did you vote for Trump?
I'm a felon, so I wasn't able to vote, brother.
Would you have voted for Trump?
Would I have voted for Trump? I'm not going to lie. The thing was Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, and I think at the time I feel like Donald Trump was the lesser of the two evils.
You said the better of the two evils?
The lesser of the two evils, yes.
Okay.
I think it's a lot of. I don't like how the Democratic Party pushes so much agenda and laws for the alphabet community. No disrespect to the alphabet community. But because of my belief system, there's certain things that I disagree with. And I don't disagree, and to each his own on who you love and how you love. But I feel like for those communities to have more laws and things in place to protect them than the African American community has had since being given the fucking right to vote is to me, putting the use of these organizations to work in the ways that only benefit a few instead of benefiting a large community of people. So I think that I don't want to see the Democratic Party in control like that. So I agree that I didn't want to see the Democratic Party in control like that. So therefore, I voted. If I could have voted, I probably would have voted for Trump. Yes.
I kind of. I mean, I voted Trump. I voted him for different reasons, business wise, tax bracket wise, especially small business wise, just for taxes purposes.
Yeah.
But this nigga started acting up. Soon as they said
it's not. I mean, I'm not gonna say acting up. I'm not gonna say he acting up because we already knew what to expect.
He was him.
You know, all he doing is telling you and being everything he said he was going to be. So I'm not so much disappointed or upset about none of that shit that Trump got going on. Honestly, I just feel like, in the position of the world that we in, the free world did not need a female leader, especially with the way that she switch coded based on what room she was in. To me, that I don't think that's going to go over well when you get up into rooms of elegant and people of power. That may work with small-minded individuals, but when you get the people of high intellect, that imitation shit, that trying to switch codes to make you feel like you with me and we're on the same level, but we're really not. That shit not gonna fly in certain rooms. So to me, I felt like everything about the young lady was fake, and that's just something I thought that it would have made America seem weak, and Trump makes America seem unpredictable, and so unpredictable is good in the sense that it put a halt to your enemy's plans because they don't know what to expect next. To me, with Camilla, I feel like she could have been more predictable, and we would have seemed less as a threat and seemed less like we knew what we were doing as a country as a whole. I feel like with Trump, him being such I'm gonna put it in this perspective. White men are used to being in a position where they have power. White men is used to being in a position where they take things. They feel like they run shit. So that was normal for him. That was normal for the world to see. And that's kind of what other countries were trying to see with America. So I think putting Camilla in there from outside looking in, it would have made America seem weak and disorganized and
them boys would have ran all over her.
Oh man. I mean, no disrespect to the
ladies or the Democratic Party.
No disrespect to women and no disrespect to any women in power. But I mean, if you look at the leadership over there in the UK, I mean, they gave a woman at the Boris Johnson, they gave a woman the leadership. I think within like 6 months she resigned, and they gave another woman, and she about damn near resigned. And it's like, no disrespect to any woman of power, but you know what I mean. Certain roles without the education, I don't think it's proper to step into without being equipped. And I feel like so many women, they just gave them the role because they was the first woman to do it, but without the women actually being equipped to take that role. I feel like Michelle Obama would have been well more equipped.
I feel like she was the best. She would have been best
to take that
female
role.
Yes, I agree with that.
I feel like
with that,
she gives a strong personality. I'm gonna stand and I'm gonna stand on what I feel, and I felt like that would kind of resonated with other countries. Like, okay, like we got somebody who's not gonna just do whatever we say, but
and she followed a president around for 8 years. Like, she's seen the ropes, she's seen the ins and outs. Like, she's seen what to do, what not to do. Like,
Yeah. I mean, but she still would have been a Democrat, and I don't really trust either party, but especially not the Democrats at this moment. If you know, you know, and I'll leave it at that.
Hey, hold on, I got something to say about that. A lot more people voted. Black colored people voted Trump, with Republican. A lot, and Trump making people like pay attention to politicians.
Well,
colored people, because what the fuck he says randomly, stupid shit,
Go ahead, Montana, you had something to say.
I'm about to say they voted because they thought they were gonna get another fucking stimulus check. Let's just be real.
That's true too.
They ain't give a damn about the politics or nothing. They knew that when Trump was in office, everybody got free money. And the economy was better. But people that fail to realize that when Trump was in office, we went through fucking COVID. So yes, everything was better. Yes, they was giving out money. We was in a fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
Now we in restoration.
Yes, sir. This episode is called Soul Food Sunday for those that didn't know. And just to symbolize that soul food symbolizes resilience, community, cultural identity, especially in times of struggle. The representation of it is not just for nourishment, but it's a history. It's for the history and the stories that comes behind it and those people that are serving it. You know what I'm saying? Sharing meals and tradition can also be a way of community to come together through their experiences to support one another during challenging times. These gatherings can foster healing and a sense of belonging, reinforcing the idea of togetherness that we can overcome adversity. So that's why we speak on things like this on Soulful Sunday topics, you know what I mean? And to call to action, I encourage all our listeners to take an active role in their community by engaging in local advocacy groups and that focus on immigration rights and police reform. These are many organizations that are dedicated to supporting the marginalization groups and promote social justice, because that's what Art for Change is all about. We always about speaking on social injustice, and that's why we're speaking on this today in our topic. So if you are a person that feel like you want to make a difference in your community, if you want to be more engaged and figure out how you can help, just join any type of advocacy program that's within your community. Step out in your community. Like I said, if all of your frameworks, if all of your counterparts within your circle all looks the same, I advise you to get you somebody in that circle that looks a little different than your peers. It look a little different than your parents. Let's get some diversification within our organization and our communities so that we can actually have some empathy across the room. Because if we don't know what the plight is of our friends or our neighbors, then how can we feel justified to help them?
Hey, I like that word you use with just diversity and all, because all of us can learn from each other, even diversity amongst the same color. But diversity amongst different races is deep, because we can learn, y'all do that because of this. And we let them know this why we do this. So, that solves problems, because they probably judging us, but not knowing why we do this certain thing. Or we judging them, but not knowing why they do this certain thing,
Yes.
And it's all we can learn from each other. So yeah, that's a good statement, actually.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, totally agree. We got some fun facts for August 17th, y'all. In 2008, Michael Phelps won his 8th gold medal at the Beijing Olympics, setting a record for the most gold medals won in a single Olympic game. He won 8 in 1 year. Didn't they strip my boy for just hitting a little piece of? Hey, I'm talking about it. In 1978, the first transatlantic balloon flight was completed by the Double Eagle 2, showcasing a human ingenuity in aerodynamics.
Hey,
In
is that like
aeronautics,
hot air
excuse me, in
balloon?
aeronautics. That's a
Is
hot
that
air
like
balloon.
okay?
Yeah, man, that's a
Hey,
hot air balloon. The
they got a
first
lot of that
transatlantic
shit.
balloon flight, bro. He went transatlantic,
Yeah,
so he went from one place to another on the goddamn balloon.
yeah. God damn. Yeah, I ain't know that. Hold up.
Yeah, yeah,
That's some scary shit, bro.
yeah. That's
That's like a
scary
plane
shit.
flight.
Yeah, yeah, on the balloon. Yeah, they did that shit. In
Fuck that.
in
Was he white?
1970, you know he was. it said completed by the Double Eagle 2. So I don't know. Maybe it
Yeah.
was just a balloon by itself. Maybe it was in someone in it. I don't know. We have to do our
Okay.
due diligence on it. Matter of fact, I'll pull some history on it. Go down to keep going.
Yeah.
So in 1970, Venera, is I'm saying that right? Y'all looking at that? Venera 7?
Yeah, Venera 7 was launched, marking the first successful landing of a spacecraft on Venus.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So in 1970, we put a spacecraft on Venus. Venera 7 was launched in 1970 on August 17th. How about that?
So the 1978 one seems believable because 1970 we sent the spacecraft to space, and if we can do that, we can send a balloon across
the transatlantic. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. In 1960, Gabon gained independence from French, reflecting the wave of the decolonization in Africa.
That changed a lot for Africa as well.
Yes, sir. In 1807, on August 17th, Robert Fulton, North River Steamboat, embarked on a Martian Voyager, revolutionizing transportation on water. How about that? So the steamboat was invented in 1807. He embarked on this maiden Voyager, revolutionizing transportation on water. How about that shit? Little fun facts for August 17th for y'all.
That is crazy.
Man, before we get
cruise ships, all that shit.
We got all type of things in nature, bro. But before we get up out of here, man, do y'all got something positive for these folks?
Just keep pushing. That's all I can say. Keep pushing. Like it was hard for when I got here. Transitioning is sometimes you look at the good in transitioning. Like you can relate to, Mister. Look at the good in transitioning. It sucks in the beginning, but it's worth it in the end. And like I'm finally seeing. Yeah, I'm finally seeing it now because it sucks. Like I miss my family, like but it's starting to make sense. So just transitioning, pay attention to transitioning, and use it the right way for yourself.
There you go. I appreciate that. Good work from people be you. I see your Can't Rush Greatness shirt on, my boy. Tell about the Can't Rush Greatness, man.
You can't rush greatness. That comes with transitioning. You can't rush greatness. Hey, I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot I had this on. You can't rush greatness. Transitioning. Everything that's worth it takes time.
If somebody want to order that shirt, man, if somebody want to order some BU memorabilia, how do they get that, brother?
Inbox Art for Change, inbox me, inbox you. You can ask Montana. I mean, just bring the people to me, and then I hit up our merch. I ain't talked to her in a minute. I hit up our merch lady, and we'll get that out to y'all, and like different designs, and you can put your favorite, or we can have one with all our name on the back, like stuff like that, our at names on the back. I've been thinking about stuff like that too. Like we got this. This is like it's like I wore this downtown in Vegas. People were looking at me like, "Yo, okay, that's fire," And so that comes with. Hey, I'm glad you brought it up. We need our own personal cards. We can hand them out. It's all networking. Hand them out. Hey, a business person asked me for my number on my job. I hand them my Art for Change card and my card. because I don't care if they watch me, because if I meet you in business wise, you already know what kind of person I am, because we had a conversation, and I don't change. I'm be you. So I don't mind you watching.
I don't mind you
So
watching.
yeah, I don't care. So yeah, but yeah, we gotta talk about that. Probably we'll have that. I'll call you tomorrow after all this. We'll talk about that, make cards and stuff. But we need cards. I realized that because when I got here, people were asking me like what this meant, because I've been wearing our merch, and I'm like, damn, I need fucking to be able to handle some shit, you know. But yeah, can't rush greatness.
People like tangible shit.
Can't rush greatness. Yeah, honestly.
Montana Cobain, man, before we get up out of here, player, do you got something for the people, brother?
Birds of a feather flock together. So if you know better, do better.
Birds of a feather flock together. If you know better, then do better. I like that for the people. Hey, listen, if you are a listener, man, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend about Art for Change. If you are an artist, know that we are always looking for artists to come and kick it with us, to showcase their talent, and to have a little one-on-one. Let the people get to know you on an intimate level. That's what Art for Change is here for. If you are a professional and you have a license and you want to come and talk about your business or branding or networking, financing, therapy, any type of motivational thing or any type of inspirational thing that's going to move us forward, Motion Mondays is the day to come and holler at us. We love to talk to you about it. Therapeutic Thursdays, when we talk about relationship, we talk about our feelings, we talk about things that is weighing on us mentally, physically, emotionally. And then on Soulful Sundays, we have conversations like we had today, speaking on social injustice, giving you some food for your soul. So these are what Art for Change is all about, man. And if you like this, don't forget to leave a comment on any of our audio platforms so that we can get more viewership. Leave a comment on any of our in social media pages, and don't forget to go to our Instagram page. Go to the highlight section where we got discounts over there. If you go to Patriotic Water on the highlight section, you click on that. It's going to take you right to their website. You can buy any of their cases of their water. They have oxygenated water on their website. Patriotic Water is the website. If you go on there, you go to the highlight section of the official Art for Change podcast on Instagram. Go to our highlight section. Go to Patriotic Water. 10% off their entire website. You can do the same thing for Old Glory. If you're a type of person like graphic tees like myself or BU or Montana, if you have a favorite team or a favorite artist and you would love to have their memorabilia, no matter if it's just a t-shirt, no matter if it's a book bag, no matter if it's a hat, whatever it is, look, Old Glory has it. They have over 3,000 prints for you, and they all are authorized and certified. So 15% off if you go over there. All you got to do is go to Old Glory on Art for Change podcast, go to the highlight section, hit the Old Glory. You get 15% off Old Glory entire website, all at Art for Change. Make sure you put that Art for Change in the bio, in the promo code when you check out. The same thing for Molly B's cookies. Molly B Cookies has them artisan cookies, and she also has them bubble tea cookies. I love the bubble tea cookies. If you go on her website, you get 10% off. Make sure you put Art for Change in the promo code. 10% off of Molly B's, 15% off at Old Glory, and 10% off on Patriotic Water. These are all places where you can go and pay your money, and it will get a commission to Art for Change podcast. That's a way that you can help and support us to where we can do what we do and keep going on a grand scale. Until next time, baby, don't forget to like, subscribe, tell somebody. I done said it one time, I'm going to tell it again. If you are an artist, you better do what you do, baby. But before you do that, don't forget to Art for Change. Peace and love, gang. And we out.